Turning briefly now to the presidential election here in France, the main candidates have been taking to the stage to discuss the war in Ukraine in what may have been the closest the public will get to a debate between the main contenders before voters go to the polls in April. Let's take a listen to what some of them had to say.
Europe cannot have peace and security if we don't talk to Russia, if we don't build with Russia, because that's our history and our geography. So not being naive or taking shortcuts either, but having the will to move forward. That's why in the coming hours I will speak again to Vladimir Putin, without being naive, but to try and avoid the worst in the war he chose against Ukraine, and to try as quickly as possible to get a ceasefire and a peace plan.
There are a number of countries that expected this war, I think, notably the United States, which anticipated it. And Europe was, in a sense, naive. Would we have seen the warning signs if we'd had a much more sustained dialogue with Vladimir Putin? I think so. And between Putin's visits to Versailles and Brégançon and the moment Emmanuel Macron started calling him, there was an endless amount of time. So I think the response came too late.
Obviously, there's too much indulgence, and that indulgence is linked to fossil fuels. So we need an embargo, yes, right away, because you see what's happening, you see the war crimes, the children's hospitals bombed, the nuclear plants bombed. Vladimir Putin may have changed. Let's look at his history. Let's look at 20 years of massacres, 20 years of war crimes. Vladimir Putin hasn't changed. He's always been a dictator.